This will solve your problems. If you don't like going out for a jog, or you feel like training is not for you and you don't enjoy working out, this might be the thing that will actually make it enjoyable. And the double warm up is a concept that's more applicable the older you are. If you're young, a lot of times when you see kids showing up to practice and they're already moving, they've been moving the whole day, they might be playing around. For them, the warm up is not that important. Personally, the younger people that I coach, the less emphasis I put on the warm up because they are already warmed up. But then when you compare this to someone that's over 30, over 40, who's been sitting in the car, sitting in the office, sitting in the car again, and basically just walked through the fridge maybe, and hasn't even walked up any stairs during the day, this person suddenly has to start doing jumps. You're gonna need to warm up. And the biggest problem I think a lot of people have when they skip the double warm up or even a regular warm up is that the range of motion is very limited. So you might see people, hopefully not yourself, but that go out and jog and it looks like their body's not moving in complete movements. It's not full rotations. It's not that smooth range of motion. And what I mean by range of motion is you can look at the distance, for instance, between the knees, or the distance between the heels, the distance between their toes. So how big of circles do they make? How far away do their elbows go from each other? How big is the movement? And a lot of times people are getting cramped up, and if you directly, it's like when you wake up in the morning, and as you get older, the more and more cramped up you're probably going to be if you don't do any sports or if you don't do any stretching, no range of motion practice. Your muscles are getting tight from the training, and you're like a handicapped penguin, and you try to go for a jog. So you're not gonna, it's not gonna be enjoyable. It's gonna hurt, and you're not gonna get that full range of motion. And you might actually start with really bad habits of not moving your shoulder completely because it's just blocked. So what is this double warm-up? Well, this is something that I personally use, especially when it comes to explosive mode training and if I have to run or jump. It's basically that when you warm up, usually a warm-up consists of jogging and stretching and maybe some range of motion practices, so leg swings and stuff like that. By doing a double warm-up, the way I like to do it is I would jog, then stretch, especially the hamstrings, the glutes, the calves, and try a little bit to open up the muscles. So it could also be just with a tennis ball doing like a massage. So you can sit on a tennis ball, for instance. So for the glutes, a lot of times the glutes are very tight and that tightens up the rest of the body. And then you go for another jog and you will notice how much easier it is to move. And that's sort of your real warm-up. And then you can do some stretches again, some range of motion and technical drills. And then you go all out. You do your jumps, you do your sprints. But you have to build it up like that. If I would just directly come to the track, put on spikes, try to run 100 meters, that's not a good idea. But that's exactly what happens for a lot of people when they get older and they're like, I'm going to go out for a jog, just like it was in my 20s. I'm just going to put the sneakers on and see you in half an hour. Well, it might be that, it feels a little bit sore. It doesn't feel right. And you're just pushing yourself. Okay, it's going to feel better later on, maybe after 10 minutes, maybe. But I would say by preparing yourself a little bit differently with the double warm-up, you will immediately see better results. You will enjoy the training much more. And then you have a plan when you do it. So it's not a big surprise for your body. It's I think it's really important that you really allow yourself time and dedicate time for the warm-up, dedicate time for the cool down. So for businessmen, it's not that easy, I admit it. And especially for other body parts, it's not that difficult for me to actually start training quite hard, quite fast. But the legs, oh man, there I definitely need to do something to really get the most out of my body. Otherwise, you end up doing a training session where you've been training and you think you've done a good job, but actually after you train, you're only warmed up, and then you can go in. A lot of times people might think that, oh, they feel weak, but it's just a question of not warming up properly. So give the double warm-up a try. Let me know what you think about it. It doesn't have to be long. You do one lap jogging, a 10-second stretch, different muscle groups. You jog again, you do some stretches again so you feel okay. Try it, swing your legs a bit, and then start training. Let me know what you think. I'm Eric Snell, the author of the Fit Businessman book, and I'll see you at work.